KKK style, like kind of casual racism, and it was really, really intense scene here that we will be playing for you right here.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, how much for one of those beers?
They're not for sale.
Oh, wait. You can just give us one then, right?
Or you can order one like everybody else.
Listen, wait. You're not listening to me. You've got so many, bro, and we've got nothing.
Nothing. They're not even mine. They're already paid for, okay?
What the hell? You probably stole them, right?
What the hell? You owe me for that.
Dude, I don't owe you shit, Pogue.
My own shit.
Hey, come on, man. We just want one of these beers. Come on, just give us
You
one
guys
of
are
these.
freaking crazy.
Beer, man. Ah. Shit.
Jeez, my bad, man.
Hey, Ray, come on, man. Stay down, bitch. Hey, let's go, man. Knock it off, Ray. Come on. Ray. Seriously,
The
knock it
Topper
off.
is the most vulnerable little.
man.
Like, he's like, Reese, let's go. And then he still does it himself. He's so susceptible to peer pressure.
Yeah, like literally there's blood like pouring out of his mouth. It's really an awful scene. And it's just like, are there not police? Is there not some semblance of like law and order on this island? Like, we have Sheriff Peter. Like, why don't you just go to like Sheriff Peterkin and be like, because I mean, this is not like a thing that she would turn a blind eye to. I kind of get and like sympathize with like the distrust of like the cops and that.
Oh, and that scene at Midsummer's where they were in the bathroom with JJ, and like the man, he came in to take JJ away.
Yeah,
and he didn't realize that JJ was being beaten up in a bathroom, and he did nothing about it. It's just
like there's just really kind of bad authority, for sure. Bad authority control, that's for sure. I don't really get it, but at all. Anyway, so that was a really weird situation, but Pope, he tells JJ about this incident, and then he convinces him to sink Topper's mega expensive boat in retaliation, which they somehow don't notice for a week, which is kind of, or 24 hours at least, which is like really kind of awful. Like, just pay attention to your boat, the fact that it's being sunk. Like, Jesus Christ. And some great product placement there as well. The Malibu 24 wake set or whatever. Then the next day, or at some point in the future, they go out and find the Royal Merchant already, and they find the ship. But there is nothing in the wreck. Either the gold was never actually there, or someone else beat them to it. When John B. heads home, Child Protective Services is there and takes him to a foster home. Somehow he tricks the bad cop into stopping the car. That's because the picture of his father, the picture of his father falls out of the window as he's looking at it as he's about to take in the foster home. He tricks a bad cop into stopping the car and then runs away, and then he absolutely eats it. This is it.
Did you just eat yourself over that fence?
Yeah, he runs into he somehow says, convinces a guy to look the other way and then steals a bike by saying, look, there's a snow leopard.
A snow leopard in the outer
Yeah, it's like, are we in the Sahara or like wherever the hell snow leopards live? I don't know. But yeah, so he goes away on that bike. And then of course we get this. Anyway, there's no clips about it on YouTube, but yeah, you can get the idea. Did you just yeet yourself over that chain? Oh my gosh. So pretty much what happens is they have a fun little adventure. Ooh. The wound that he had was located just right over his the third row of his ripped six-pack. Does he even have a six-pack? I don't know. It's debatable. He's starting to get a lot of exposure with that, one-button shirt, literally your most random button. So when they're in their dad's study, her dad's study, for some reason, somehow, John B. notices an old-timey painting of a black man on the wall. Sarah said he was the founder of Taney Hill, the plantation on which she lives, and John B. is confused as to how a slave could be the owner of a plantation. Who said the man was a slave? I don't know. But Sarah informed Sarah informs her son pal that Denmark Tanny was a free man who showed up mysteriously and bought all the land on the island with gold. How did he get the gold? He recognizes the name, and he's very good at reading 1800 handwriting, and he remembers that Denmark Tanny somehow was on the Royal Merchant, a ship that allegedly had no survivors. Slaves weren't on the official ship's manifest, so no one had connected the dots before, but Big John had a copy that included the names of the slaves on the board, and on board the ship at the time, and Denmark Tanny was one of them, and probably one of the most well-used and most common ways of like rich people gaining status and influence. Sarah's dad donated Denmark's diary, almanac, and other records to the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, when they moved into the house, so Sarah and John B decide to go visit and find more clues. Somehow they sneak onto a ferry, but they have to hide in an engine room, and then they're forced to take off many, many articles of clothing.
That was good, that part.
Why was that part good?
It was just funny-ish.
Yeah, so, for some reason, now they decide to go for a shopping spree at a seersucker at a local shop so they can look very presentable and southern. What do you think about this part? Because I was like,
I mean, you can't go into the place where they keep the records,
yeah,
fancy records, with,
looking
like,
all sweaty.
They're
not going to let us in. They're not going to let us in here. Maybe because John B's so sexy, they'll let him in. But I was just like, get me back to this fascinating fight plot. I want to get this Topper Rafe JJ conflict. Like, when are they going to find out that they sunk the boat, right? Yeah, so while John B is on his adventure with Sarah, Topper's mom blames him for the boat sinking. Topper and Rafe know it was Pope, and Rafe threatens him via Key at this outdoor movie night that they're allowed to go to. I love that they have these little events, these gatherings. It sounds nice.
Cool.
But Key's first instinct is to stop the fight by lighting the movie screen on fire.
Yeah, she definitely has some instincts. Like, everyone's gonna know, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
How about you call someone attention to it? Like, what?
I mean, they were like punching each other behind the movie screen, and no one knew.
Yeah, just be like, help! Like, I need some help here, please. Like, try and like get them off each other or something. I don't know. And just JJ bring his gun to that? I forget.
I don't think so. Yeah, because they said don't bring your gun because children are here. You know? Yeah. It's a movie night.
Yeah. So anyway, they kind of flirt while they're there at the place. John B and Sarah do, and they find a letter written in Gullah, dated to the day Denmark Tanny died. They don't speak or read the Creole dialect Gullah, so it's definitely a break in the case. But so luckily he knows a teacher, but we'll talk about that. While John B is on an adventure with Sarah, Topper's mom blames him again for the boat sinking, as we talked about. That kind of feels like it had the fact that they lit the movie screen on fire, like that's just destruction of property that they're gonna.
Yeah.
But the screen kind of looked like it was a bedsheet. Like, it looked really kind of loosey goosey. But last episode, some fishermen found a couple of dead bodies who turned out to be the bad guys that were chasing John B. Today, the bad cop shows the sheriff all the stuff that he found in their car, a photo of the Royal Merchant wreck and map. Also, the coroner rules their deaths as homicides because they did not drown. There was not enough water in the lungs. They were actually dead before they hit the water, killed with gaff hooks, and rolled overboard. The next morning, and of course, this is the guy who looks very... the mustache guy who looks very well pruned up, who is named, I believe, Shoop, is kind of the deputy cop to Sheriff Peterkin. And he's like, looks like John B was a suspect here. He just kind of really hates John B. They were actually dead before they hit the water, killed with gaff hooks, and rolled overboard. The next morning, John B asks if things will change when they get back, and do they stay overnight? I'm very confused. She says no, probably but as they walk off the ferry, John B. dramatically professes his love for her in the rain. This is a kind of crazy situation. But that's how things roll in the Outer Banks warped time machine. What do you think of that? Do you think it was a nice scene? Like, how does that compare? Because I think you've seen the most, we've seen way more shows than me. Like, how does that compare in terms of cringiness, like, deepness, profoundness to other shows that you've watched?
It wasn't extremely cringy, but, like, it was relevant, and not many people, like, stopped and stared at this. Like, he was just yelling on the boardwalk. I mean, it was okay. Not terrible. Not good.
Like, yeah, I think I would say that was kind of a sigh moment for me. I was just like, here we go. Like, I know what's gonna happen.
We knew they were gonna get together, so they had to do it one way or another.
Yeah.
Pretty dramatic, though.
Yeah, this is the moment.
Now that we have returned to the motherland, we must revert to our real identities. So if you see me on the street...
Yes, of course. I am a true professional.
Yeah, and then they invent fake Russian names, like Vlad and Valerie.
Working with you, comrade.
Pleasure's mine. Wait. Really? That's it? You're just gonna walk away like this never happened?
Well, that's what professionals do, right?
Sarah, I just had the best day of my life.
Comfy, you're gonna blow our cover.
Look, I don't care about my cover.
You're gonna blow my cover. Like, it's just a game. Sarah, we're trying to kiss here.
I didn't even know who you were. And today I'm like, Sarah Cameron. And honestly, in my limited experience, that's rare. That's like eclipse rare. Like a blind person seeing color for the first time rare. Or like Bigfoot evidence or the Northern Lights. Look, I can't pretend like this isn't real. Like, this didn't happen. I'm sorry. Shut up.
The really classic moment is when they're like, stop talking.
Yeah, she just shut him off with a kiss.
Yeah, so that's one of the best ones. So now we go on to we do some more stuff. All right, so the cops arrest Pope for sinking the boat, but JJ says it was him so Pope wouldn't get in trouble. It was a nice, very nice move. Finally, a mysterious shot reveals someone putting stuff away, including the compass and a gaff hook. Who could it be?
I like that. It was interesting.
Yeah, that's always.
Good.
I think that's a good move
idea.
for any show to do. Really. JJ's dad bails him out of jail, beats him, gets wasted, and yells at him some more. When his father passes out, JJ points a gun at his dad's head and cries, but doesn't pull the trigger. And I think this was really probably the most like anguish, like really definitely
Such a good actor.
Sad storyline.
I might have a special something for him, but he's just so good. I like it a lot.
Who's the name of this actor? His name is Rudy, right?
Rudy Pankow.
The actor who played JJ. Yeah, I saw you were following him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Did you put a post on your story?
My story is about soccer.
Yeah. Oh, but that must have been someone else. Okay, never mind. Yeah, but yeah. If you had to rank any character's daddy issues, JJ would absolutely land on top, and they all have really issues with their parents because look at what they're doing. They're running away. They're getting in trouble with the law constantly, running from the police. Yeah. So they clash with their fathers, but they're just a bit overprotective. The other characters mostly. So anyway, somehow John B. just finds a teacher who can understand the lost language. And it's from Denmark Tanny. He's telling his son that about this letter that he's about to be lynched. Very sad because he's pretty much got too successful. In a postscript, he tells him to quote harvest the wheat near the water in the 9th parcel and parcel 9 forthwith. John B. can tell that it's an important clue because the teacher is clearly confused as to what's going on, and that's the last we'll ever see of the teacher. Bye, teacher. Anyway, John B. gets a teacher. That teacher says so long. They kind of do jokes about how he's never in school. But we go back to the mysterious figure in the hood, Sheriff Peterkin. Sheriff Peterkin tells this figure, "Thank you